If you want to learn exactly what to do and what not to do on calls, then you need to be listening to my call reviews every single Monday. What I'm going to be doing is listening to what the client says and then telling you exactly how I would respond. What you'll learn by listening to these calls is how to handle tonality, how to be quick with your words, what exactly works whenever you're speaking to final expense clients. These are really, really important. And if your mentor is not doing this for you, then they're doing something wrong. If you guys are new here, I'm Ryan Valet, your Fexpert or Final Expense Expert. And essentially, I do one of these every Monday. Be sure that you listen in. If you do me a favor, real quick, pause the video, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also, drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought of the call. Let's get into it.
Hello?
Hello, Mine Lad.
Sort of the first step of life.
Can you hear me?
Hello? No, hold on a second. Is that better?
Yeah, can you hear me, Mr. Lad?
Yes, babe. What can I help you with?
Yeah, this is I was just giving you a call about a request that was sent in. You were looking into options about final expenses.
Yes, sir, I was.
Okay, perfect. And just to see here, just to verify, your email was
That's correct, sir.
okay, and you listed down the beneficiary as your spouse.
That's correct.
All right, perfect. Well, in case you missed it, this is with Ryko, and this call is being recorded for quality assurance. Okay.
Not a problem.
All right, perfect. So, just to get a little bit more details here, roughly how long have you been looking into options for?
Oh, probably 6 months.
About 6 months now.
Yeah.
Have you spoken with anybody in the past, or is this your first time?
No, I've spoke with quite a few people.
Quite a
The
few people.
decision has not been.
So, for starters, notice the agent's tonality. Everybody's got their own style, don't get me wrong, but it is important to sound a little more upbeat, give the effect of that you actually care rather than you're just here to do a job. It works for some people, but it's really, really tough to get that to work for everybody. So make sure your tonality is on point, at least sound like you're actually caring. One of the key things that the client said was that he's been looking for 6 months. It is really important every single time I hear that. Oh, really? So you've been looking for 6 months? So what exactly has been keeping you from putting something in place? That will oftentimes get them to tell you, well, I've been getting declined. I just haven't found what I'm looking for. And then that opens the opportunity up to then ask the question, oh, okay, so what exactly have you been hearing? The first thing you got to figure out, especially with somebody who's been looking for a long time, 6 months, a year, and they still haven't gotten anything, that tells you there's most likely a problem. Or maybe they're just not getting along with the agent. So it's really important that you hear their objection because this is an objection and nobody's handling it, or at least explaining to them why they're never going to see what they want to see. So this is where it all starts, and you really start to build that trust, or you determine that they're a suspect.
The decision has not been made yet.
Okay. How come that is?
That's why I'm. Well, that's why I'm giving you this opportunity
Yeah.
to speak with me. All right. I'll share what little information you might need, but I want to hear about your program.
Okay.
What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer me?
Yeah. So, we have all types of things.
So it's going to be really important right here to be specific but general all at the same time. I know that sounds a little confusing. What I mean is, yeah, so all life insurance is based on age and health. The ultimate goal is to figure out the best option for you. So it just takes a few questions to determine exactly where we're at, and then we can really get into the heart of things and figure out exactly what you qualify for. But I work with multiple companies who offer multiple products. So figuring out exactly what is necessary just takes a few quick questions. And then go right back into the script of, okay, so what exactly have you been hearing?
Things in regards to whole life policies, term life policies. I'm assuming that you wanted something permanent, right?
Well, are we on a path? Let me ask you, young man, are we on a path of buying a life insurance policy for the amount of money that I would want to put into a burial fund?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that could, yeah.
Okay, that helps me out a little bit. Um,
Yeah, so you're
this
looking for
isn't
like,
the one. You guys aren't the state burial fund or anything like that. You're a private
yeah, so I'm a
insurance
broker.
company.
Yeah,
You're a broker for a private insurance company.
I'm a broker for A-rated carriers alongside the nation that is, state
I
regulated and everything
understand.
like that.
All right, here are all the ums. That doesn't sound confident. And this guy has been searching for 6 months. So he is very unlikely to trust somebody who says a lot. So it's really important to be solid with your words. Avoid the ums. If you listen back to your calls and you're hearing or long pauses, you absolutely have to correct that. That's super, super important. Doesn't always mean that if you say a little bit of the wrong thing, that it's going to be detrimental to the call. But saying a lot is going to cause the client to think that you don't know what you're talking about and you're trying to find your words and they're making you nervous. So a quick thing to say here is, so yes, I'm licensed by the state and I just shop all the carriers to figure out exactly your best option. And be quick with those words, be confident with those words. It's really, really important to be confident with what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Well, look, uh, the other people that I have spoke to, I have told them that I was looking for a $10,000. Basically, everybody tries to switch me over to a life insurance policy. I'm 80 years old, so I don't know whether any life insurance companies are going to jump on me or not. Uh, I'm
Yeah.
healthy. I don't have cancer. I'm not dying or anything like that. Uh,
Okay.
but I was looking for a low cost $10,000 policy.
Okay, so listen to what he is saying. He is talking about how he's 80 years old. He's healthy, but he's 80 years old, and everybody wants to switch him to a life insurance policy. This right here screams suspect. Not to say that this guy is a terrible person or anything, but a suspect meaning he's clearly looking for something that pretty much doesn't exist. There is no low cost option out there for somebody who's 80. It's as simple as that. This is how you build trust and then explain the real truth. So, hey, look, Mr. Smith, when it comes down to your options, that is totally understandable. You want to make sure that it's affordable for you, and you should, whatever you get, you should focus on the fact that it is affordable for you. But it's important to know the facts. When it comes to life insurance, has anybody actually explained to you exactly how that works? Meaning it's all based on age and health. So no matter what it is today, it's not going to get cheaper tomorrow. And you sound healthy. So given the fact that you're healthy, now is the time to get something. But I want you to know the absolute truth of how it all works. It doesn't matter whether you go to a funeral home or whether you go through a traditional life insurance company, it's never going to get better tomorrow. Does that make sense? And then he's probably going to tell you, yeah, they tell me 10,000 is $200 a month. Well, my goal is just to figure out if it makes sense to you. And if it doesn't make sense, I've got all the options. So you're not going to find anything anywhere else. I don't want you to keep getting calls from guys like me because it's obviously wasting your time. All those statements and questions and so forth throughout are going to build trust so that way he'll understand exactly what's going on. Does that mean he'll never fill out a form again? Probably not, but maybe he fills out less. And there's always that chance that maybe when you explain it exactly how it works, and so that way he fully understands, maybe he will stop filling out forms. It doesn't save you from having paid for his lead now, but maybe you save another agent and you save yourself from him filling out another one of your leads. It's really important just to be upfront and honest with them in this situation.
Okay, gotcha. All
If
right.
that if I'm making sense, say yes or I'm not looking for no $50,000 policy. This is I want to take X amount of dollars a month, put into a damn insurance fund or whatever you want to refer to it as. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Yeah.
For $10,000.
Okay.
If you can help me and get me some prices for that, I would consider doing business with you, young man.
Exactly what I would say is, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Figure out what makes the most sense to you, and then we can go from there. And if it doesn't make sense, then you know there's no other options out there.
No questions asked. You've
Okay,
been very polite. You're very polite. You're very forthcoming, and that's why I'm very forthcoming with you.
okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, so you were looking for a $10,000 policy. You're currently 80 years old and you're in the state of Arizona, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna let you know right now for, just accounting to age, no health questions at all right now. Um, the minimum it would be around 140 a month. So I'm not
All
sure if
righty.
you wanted to go a little bit lower than that, but that's how much a $10,000 policy would be at your age.
Never ask. When somebody is blatantly saying, "Hey, look, I just want 10,000." I'm not saying go right into quote necessarily, but I have done exactly what he's doing before. Look, somebody is stating that they want 10,000. He sounds like he has talked to many people. And if that's the case, then maybe ask a couple more questions, to get an idea of why he's wanting the 10,000. It's okay to get right down to brass tacks. You want to still cover term versus whole life. You still want to cover, in this case, his budget's not going to be a huge factor, meaning he is looking for a specific amount. So you want to help him understand uh, what's coming with that specific amount. You want to ask him, does he have a checking, savings, and or direct express card? Because you don't want to be quoting him the wrong price. But it's okay to kind of get right down to the heart of the situation. Now, the big thing here is never ever say, well, do you want to go lower? Do you want to just ask him, is that something that makes sense? Would that be affordable for you financially every month? Start with that. Be confident with that. Because I've had people who come back and say, "Oh yeah, that's absolutely affordable. Let's see if I can qualify for that." Now, doesn't mean that they will qualify for it, but at least you've got a jumping off point. But don't be afraid to give them that price whenever they're looking for a specific amount, because sometimes you will find that that's reasonable. When you start to say, "Oh, well, do you want to see something lower? What is your monthly budget? Are you looking for something like $50?" When you start giving them multiple options on top of that, now they're going to start thinking about everything. So be confident. He's already talking about 10,000. So just lob that out there and see what he thinks about it. If he says that that's absolutely unreasonable, then you can always move on or just say, "Yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to find anything any cheaper."
All right. What health questions would you ask?
Are you taking like any type of medications at all?
I take about 6 different medications. blood pressure to keep my blood pressure down. I
Okay.
take another one that I have AFib, and I'm on blood thinners.
Okay. Was that like Eliquis?
Yeah, similar to it's Xarelto.
Eliquis and
Uh,
or what was that? I had never heard of that one before.
Never say that you've never heard of a medication unless you've really built a lot of rapport. But in this case, never say you've never heard of the medication before. I oftentimes just say, "Oh, hey, the phone kind of cut out there. Can you repeat that?" Just so that way I can hear the medication again without sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about. When you say, "Oh, I've never heard of that," Xarelto is a very common medication, and a lot of these people think that all their medications are common. Sometimes they're not. Even though they think it's normal, it may not be. When you say you don't know something, that makes you sound less credible and less of a professional. Remember, part of this is faking it till you make it, especially until you absolutely know just about every medication out there.
it's also a blood thinner. The same thing is you can either take this or you take the two. Okay,
Okay.
and it all depends on the doctor you go to.
Yeah.
But I've been taking I've been on these blood thinners and some other medications since shit 2015 or before.
Another thing I want to point out real quick is anytime you hear like Eliquis or Xarelto, the first question I ask, so have you ever been diagnosed with any congestive heart failure or anything like that? I also like to ask, have you ever had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer? I don't ask in the last 2 years. I ask, have you ever had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer? I ask very broad questions like that because I want to know what their history is. I want to know if they've had a heart surgery because that starts to tell the story. So he's doing good on asking, do you take any medications? That's a good start, right? Most of these people will start to tell you their medications, and then you can find out the cause or the history behind it after the fact. Not every time do you have to go in right into the medications. You can go into asking health questions, but in this case, get right down to the heart of it. So he's definitely doing right by handling the medications and then going into the health details. So
My wife puts all a line of pills up for me to take every morning. I just take 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. I don't know what the hell they do. Uh, I just take them. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But um, I the worst thing that I had was some cellulitis in my left leg 3 years ago. Uh, the last 3, 4, 5 years, I've been pretty much free of everything.
Okay.
Nothing really wrong. Minor thing, urinary infection. Last year that went away. Uh, Outside of normal things that happen to normal people, I don't have any diseases. Okay.
Okay, that's good to hear.
For that's what I'm trying to tell you, and I don't know how you're going to write that down.
a perfect opportunity here is to say, yeah, I mean, for the age of 80, I mean, it sounds like you're doing really good. Although he may not be as healthy as what he thinks he is, or really as healthy as what he really is, it's always good to compliment them. Again, you don't have to be super fake, but really at the age of 80, I mean, there's a lot of people who die at the age of 50, due to health conditions or complications. So compliment him, be friendly with him and say, man, you're doing really good for the age of 80. I'm glad to hear that. So that'll make my job a lot easier.
Just go down and check. You can just go down and check. No, 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 no. The doctors that I go to, I can get you a copy of everything that they say or what have you, as far as medical, if you need it. 140 a month sounds like something I could probably do. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna give you my email address, okay?
Okay.
Why don't you send me an email at
I'm gonna stop it right there. Clearly, he's not going to get this sale because it sounds
and your name, your phone number, say based on the bullshit we talked about, I
Yeah.
can get you a $10,000 policy for $140 a month. And
Okay.
is that a term or a full?
what I'm hoping the agent comes back with is, yeah, absolutely. So I'm happy to send you an email. But to be honest with you, Mr. Smith, when it comes down to this option, the most important thing is figuring out if you actually qualify. So going through the process to see if you actually qualify is really important. I could tell you 100,000 for $10 a month, but if you don't qualify for it, it really doesn't do you any good. So the more important part is to really hone in on whether or not you qualify and then get them to understand, does that make sense? If he says, "Oh no, I'm not doing anything without talking to my wife and blah blah blah." Okay, so let's go ahead and get her on the phone and kind of go through this process. It's really important that they know that an email doesn't mean anything. I love to use the phrase, well, you could write it down on a piece of paper, 10,000 for 140, and then throw it in the trash because that's exactly what it's good for. If you don't qualify, it really means nothing. So I hope that the agent comes back with this. Let's find out.
Is that does that
Uh,
rate change over the?
no,
Let's say I live another 5 years. Does that rate change?
no, it's a whole life policy, so
It's
everything
a whole life policy.
stays the same.
Does it build any cash value?
Yeah, it does, correct.
All right. Well, there's no cash value until about the fourth year, and then
Yeah.
it's just little bit. So I may build enough cash value in there if I live.
At this point, I would also throw in, yeah, it builds cash value, but in all honesty, that's not why you're buying it. The reason why you're buying it is so that way you leave something behind for maybe your wife. You want to point out the purpose of it. You need to know that they're not solely focused on cash value because it really doesn't mean crap. The goal here isn't to give the client some money back. The goal here is to provide the beneficiary money, not the client.
Another 5 years to pay 1 month's payment. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay. Hey,
Oh,
thank you for calling me. I enjoyed speaking with you. You're very, very professional and you're on the ball. Send that to me. It's not going to be this week or next week, but as soon as I see how the finances look, I'll give you a call back. Okay?
okay, gotcha. Really quick though, I want to give you the best rate or the best accurate rate. Did you happen to know the other medication names that you were taking?
I'd have to go get them out of my medical file and read them all to you. Uh,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah, 'cause the 100.
send me and when you send me my Gmail, send me yours, and I'll see if I can take a picture of it and send it back to you.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right, I'll be sending.
I'll try to. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll be sending over my business card on that email then. It has my personal cell
All right.
phone and my email address.
Okay. And if I can get a picture of this and get it over to you, I'll send you the whole damn list. Okay?
Okay, gotcha. And then
All right, buddy.
I'll tell you if the rate changed a little bit, because I was just giving you based off like your age alone. So
Right. It might go up a little. It might go down a little.
yeah, exactly.
But we'll see. We'll see, and then I'll take this under consideration, see what he thinks, and if we make a decision on it, why then I'll want to be touching back base with you and getting a firm price and get all the shit signed and all that stuff, okay?
All right, got you. All right, sounds like a plan.
Have a good day, son.
Yep, you
Have
too.
a good day.
Yep, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so overall, not an absolutely awful call, but definitely not a model call. It's really important when you're talking with somebody who wants an email, figure out why they want that email. Like, what is that really going to do for you if you don't qualify? Make sure that you're really working with the client and helping them understand how it all works. Don't just let them assume that everything is kosher. Yes, he did say it could change. But a better way to handle that is, hey, look, so yes, I gave you a baseline. The ultimate goal is that I want to make sure we're getting you an accurate quote. So, but try to keep them on the phone, try to explain to them why it's important to figure out we need to qualify, or if we qualify. So, again, guys, make sure that your tonality is there. Make sure that you're cutting out all the ums and ahs and everything, so that way you sound confident and professional. Also, I want to add that just because someone says that you're nice and you're professional and I enjoy talking to you does not mean that it's a promising sale. So do not read into that. Again, if you wind up actually committing and sending an email, do not count on this as a sale. So I can tell you in the end that the agent didn't wind up getting the sale, never even heard back from the guy. It's really important for them to know the facts and how it all works. So that way, hopefully you can keep them from filling out another form. Anyway, guys, we'll stop it there. Again, do me a favor, drop a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you can watch all my videos, including all the call reviews. And remember, listen to your calls, have your mentor review your calls. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe now to be a Fexpert. Do it.